What's up, Micah? How are you?
Good. How you doing, Matt?
I'm good. I was watching Poyer's mic'd up video. And
Oh God, what happened?
nothing. It's just, I think for fans, it's cool to kind of see the way that you guys interact during the game. I guess, like, if you could, like, how important is that, like, your ability, because of how tight you guys are, to kind of energize each other on the sidelines?
It's always big, and I think it starts. I think it starts every day, every single day. To be honest, like there's mornings we both come in here and there's hardly anybody here, and our oldest are getting in the tub and watching some film and stuff like that, and we just we look at each other and say, hey, it's time to go. Let's do it. Hey, this big day, practice day or whatever it may be. Just get each other going. Or sometimes at night, I'll be watching film and I'll say, hey, watch out for this. This play, blah blah blah. And tomorrow we gotta get going. We gotta do this. So I think that it just starts with our everyday mentality, and then once we get on the field, it kind of just falls into place. The phrase dials up the play. Me and Poe seem like we always give each other some quick reminders about that play, and then just go out there and execute.
I think you're the best person to ask about this because you played 9 seasons in between Green Bay and Buffalo. So with the weather, how important is it physically? And it's always important to set the tone, but in a game like this, to come out from the first snap and be physical and kind of set that tone, is there kind of a back and forth going on out there between both sides of the ball to see who can be tougher in this kind of element?
Oh, I think anytime you get into a game like this, your adrenaline is pumping early in the game anyways. But I think once that kind of wears off and everyone starts to feel the cold, it's a different type of ball game. You're going out there, hurts a little bit more when it's cold. That ball is frozen, so receivers' hands may be frozen, so that ball might pop up in the air a little bit. It's just more emphasis to get to the football and just being around the football because you never know what can happen.
Awesome. Thanks, man.
Of course.
Hey, Micah, you've certainly had a lot of playoff experience. Can you describe what truly is the difference with the game in the postseason compared to regular season action?
What the difference is? I think that throughout the years I've learned that well, late in the games, obviously a lot of people pay attention to the last play that won or lost the ball game. That's evident, and there's always a controversy of this person should have made the play or that person should have made the play, blah blah blah. But I think that early on in the game is the biggest part. You have to start fast in the playoffs. You have to start fast. You have to put some points on the board. You have to start playing good defense from the jump. You can't go out there and lay an egg the first half and go out there in the second half and say, hey, we're gonna get this thing going. Like, no, you have to start fast. You have to make the plays early. There's gonna be some different wrinkles. Obviously, it's a big game, playoff game. They're gonna have some game plan tendencies to go against you, and just like we're gonna have some things to go against them. So, just starting fast is the big emphasis.
And Jordan mentioned, especially since he didn't go early in his career and then certainly understands it now, that there's a speed difference, there's a feeling difference, everything kind of ramps up. And I was asking, and he said for him at least, but I want to ask you, do you almost have to experience it to understand that, instead of maybe you could tell Dane or you can tell other younger players that this is how it is different, but you really can't understand it until you experience it firsthand? Do you subscribe to that?
Yeah, when I was young, when I was a rookie in Green Bay, they'd tell me, I think it was training camp. There's like training camp, preseason speed. There's regular season speed. There's December football speed, and then there's playoff speed. And so obviously we're at that playoff speed, and yeah, you kind of have to experience it for yourself. That's not saying a young guy can't go out there and ball out. Obviously can, but I think there's a lot more emphasis on us letting the young guys know, hey, this is going to be ramped up a little bit. No one wants to go home. Everyone wants to keep playing. It's win or go home, and you just got to go out there and, like I said, start fast.
Yeah, why is it? I mean, it's not like your body is physically going faster or anything like that. I mean, what makes the game faster or harder? Because it's not like guys aren't trying their hardest at the regular season.
I think it's just more emphasis, more focus. Obviously we watch a lot of film throughout the regular season, every day, getting ready for a game, and that holds true in a playoff game. But I think that it's a little bit different now. It's win or go home, and so watching a little extra film and practicing on some details a little bit harder I think is important this time of year.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Of course.
Hey, Micah. You had told us on post game Sunday about what it's really like to be on for punt returns when the wind is as crazy as it is, when the conditions are so weird. And, you mentioned in one of those answers, maybe the ball's frozen. We talked to receivers so much about how different it is for them. But can you tell us a bit more about just what it's really like if you're on for punt returns in conditions like that?
I would say that punt returning is one of the hardest things in sports, just because it's you got the weather element, you got just the balls all the way up in the sky, and you're the only one back there to catch it. But it's an awesome feeling. It's an awesome feeling knowing that you can make a huge play. You can make a huge play for your team. And obviously the guys that are blocking in front of you are doing an amazing job, especially, on our punt return team. They do an amazing job from the guys at corner all the way to the guys on the inside. So, it's an awesome feeling, and it's definitely one of the toughest things to do. But in my mind, all I'm thinking is catch the ball and get it back to our offense. And I think that as long as you have that mentality, you can even teach a kid in Pee Wee, if you're a punt returner, make sure the offense has the ball for that next play, and it'll be all right.
Do you feel like does time slow down when you're watching it up there? Or what is it like, just that anticipation of when it's building up to actually making a play?
I don't know. I don't know. Maybe time does slow down a little bit. I think that throughout the years of playing baseball, especially playing baseball in Ohio,
Okay.
we start baseball in Ohio in like February, and it's still snow on the ground. It's like March and April, it's still freezing. So when you got a high pop fly in baseball, the ball's going all over the place. You're freezing. I think that's kind of helped me get to where I am today, because I'm able to read the football and stuff like that. But that's just just a little detail that I was able to gather throughout the years. But it's definitely pretty tough.
Yeah, February baseball sounds brutal.
Awful, right?
Sean's talked about all his trust in you in that aspect of the game. Do you have a good feel yet for what your role will be Saturday in returns, or is that usually closer to the game
Yeah,
itself?
I have no idea. My number's called. I go out there and try to make a play for the team. Obviously, that's the same for other guys on the team. So, I'm really not sure, and ultimately, I want to win. So, if it comes down to me or it comes down to whoever else, I have 100% faith in everybody else too.
Awesome. Thank you.
Of course.
Hey, Micah. You've obviously played in a whole bunch of different weather and conditions, and even this season, it's kind of been all over the place. What can you do personally? What do you do during the week to prepare when you can't replicate conditions like there's going to be Saturday night? Like you can't make it 0 degrees outside. Like what can you do to prepare for that?
I think you can emphasize, like I said, the ball being cold, and just getting to the football, because you never know when the ball might get tipped in the air or whatever it may be. But you can definitely prepare for this game. You can go outside right now in Buffalo and go out there and you will feel the cold. And obviously if you're down in Miami right now, it might be a little bit difficult to do that. But here in Buffalo, it's the home game, late or in January or late December, whatever it may be, you can go outside, you can feel every bit of it.
Do you feel like it helps? So you feel like it helps you to practice like outside in a week preparing up for that?
Yeah, I think that you're able to number one, get yourself prepared, whether if it's like gloves or cleats or equipment that you might want to wear during the game. You can kind of prepare, so that way on Saturday or Sunday or whatever the game may be, you can go out there and you can already know what you're wearing, and that's gonna eliminate a lot of the the stress you may have of going out there in the cold.
And then I was just curious for you, after the playoffs last year, you could only have so many fans there. We've talked to other guys about this, but just how much are you looking forward to Saturday? Like, I guess for you, and the years you've been with the Bills, having this experience coming up, just for you personally, how much are you looking forward to Saturday night? Like, what's that like emotionally?
Oh, it's definitely, throughout the past 5 years, this is the first time we've had a packed house for the playoffs. So at home game. So it's amazing. I always try early in the week, like today and into tomorrow, to not get too excited, because now I don't want to go out there on Saturday and already have all my excitement throughout the week. So I kind of just try to stay level. That way on Saturday night we can go out there and get all the excitement out and go out there and have all the adrenaline and play fast.
Awesome. Thank you.